Hey guys, this is James Wilson with BJJ Strength Training Systems and BJJStrengthTraining.com, and today I want to show you a stretch that's going to really help with your hip throws. One of the biggest things that I struggled with when I started out with BJJ was definitely the standing. I mean, I struggled with everything, but you know, the standing stuff was definitely way outside of my comfort zone, especially the hip throws. The footwork and just getting all the stuff just really was difficult for me until I figured out that it all boiled down to getting my hips into this specific position. And this stretch here is going to really help get you in that position and help make sure that you can get under your opponent and lift them up with a good, get your hips underneath them. So I'll show you how the stretch works. This is called the stick windmill. You're gonna take a stick or a PVC pipe or something like that, put on your back like this. You're gonna start out with your feet hip width apart. So I'll show you from the side here what we're gonna do from here. We're gonna set our hip hinge. So that means that I'm gonna push my butt back behind my heels and I'm gonna let my chest come down towards the ground, and then I'm gonna come back up nice and tall and thin. And then I'm gonna step forward with one foot. I wanna step forward so that my heel is lined up with the toes of the other foot. Then I'm gonna push my butt back as I come around because I wanna get my elbow inside of this knee right here. In this position right here, I'm gonna relax. This would be a good stretch for you. Might be a really tough way to get in this position, which means that you probably have trouble getting your hips across when you do your hip tosses. So once you've held the stretch for a bit, you can come up. Again, set your feet, butt back and chest down to reset the hip hinge, and then you do the other leg. Step forward, toes lined up with or heel lined up with the toes. Butt back as you come around to get your elbow inside the knee, and again holding the stretch, and after you've held it for a bit, coming back up like that. So again, that position, this position right here, with your feet split, set across, hips across like this is pretty much where you want to be underneath someone right before you get underneath, lift them up, do your hip toss. So getting your feet in that position and being able to come down around that way is going to really help get your hips stretched out to where they can get in that lateral position. Again, just something I've observed a lot of people struggling with when we're practicing this. And again, you can work technique all day long, but if your body physically cannot get into the position that you need it to do the technique, it doesn't matter. So this is a good example of one of those techniques. If you really struggle with this stretch, if you find this really tough to do, I absolutely guarantee you that you have a tough time getting your hips underneath people doing the hip toss, and it's never gonna get better. You can drill it till you're blue in the face, and it's not going to get better until you've addressed the fundamental problem, which is your hips not being able to hinge laterally and move like that. So use this stretch to help open it up and also to help maintain it, because it's one of those things that you'll lose if you're not working on it. So hopefully this will help you out with that. Like I said, once I kind of got that across and figured out the footwork and how I was getting the hips across and underneath people, it really helped open that technique up for me. So once again, it's been James Wilson with BJJ Strength Training Systems. Be sure and check me out on the web at BJJStrengthTraining.com, where I got a free 30-day bodyweight workout program you can sign up for. Hopefully you've enjoyed this tip, and I'll talk to you in my next one.